Cancer. Your reading seems to be about letting go of something. Possibly letting go of some kind of fear you're having. In the past energy we have strength in reverse, and currently we're having the Fool in reverse. Something might have, looks like, kind of like spooked you in a sense. Maybe something failed, didn't really work out, and now you're too afraid to try again, whatever that is. Because your challenge, well, not the challenge, but your lesson that you're supposed to overcome with this challenges, which is actually 8 of Wands, which is taking action. But you're not taking action due to essentially fear, because your highest self is the Moon in reverse, which would be kind of letting go of fears. And your past is strength in reverse. So something really, really spooked you. And you're isolating yourself, or you think you should be isolating, going into a hermit mode. What you actually kind of like desires is the two of Pentacles, to balance this somehow out, to juggle your fears versus the commitments you're having. And from your past, you actually have from family patterns 8 of Swords reverse, which means back in the day when you were a child, you actually learned how to overcome restrictions, whether they were imposed by someone else or by yourself. But currently you're struggling with this. You're kind of burning yourself out. You're not letting yourself to rest. Just creating quite a lot of disbalance. And your advice actually is temperance, which is adaptability and balance. So in order to overcome the situation that you're experiencing currently, which pertains to taking some kind of action, starting something new, something that you're afraid of. Basically, what it looks like to me, you're afraid of failing again. Your advice is to kind of slow down, be patient, and find your inner balance, kind of like your grounding. Because the lesson that you're trying to overcome right now is this High Priestess in reverse. And High Priestess in reverse is kind of like blocked intuition. So your fear right now is kind of like messing with you to the point where you're actually not feeling your feelings, at least not correctly. But let's go and quickly clarify further. Essentially, what it looks like to me, you need to kind of find... I forgot to take out these. You need to figure out how to kind of rein in your own emotions, because they're really, really messing with you right now. And that is precisely what you're supposed to overcome, is basically to reconnect with your own intuition, with your own High Priestess. This could even pertain to your faith in some way, shape, or form, spirituality, because you both have the Hierophant and High Priestess in reverse. So you might be having maybe doubts there as well as the Strength reverse also talks about self-doubt. But your advice is the Temperance. So let's see. For the Strength, So we're having there's a Swords, Emperor, and the Devil in reverse. Some kind of truth. Either some kind of truth came in. Or you maybe tried to overcome fear. I would say that this is kind of like talking about you realizing your kind of like inner demons, which is essentially self-doubt, and that's in your past, so you kind of understood that, but currently you're in the Fool reversed. It's kind of like tired with Four of Swords reversed. Sound like you're really tired. Let's see the Fool. So we're having Eight of Swords reversed with King of Swords and the Chariot. It looks like you know what you're supposed to do. It's just there is an inner conflict that looks like you mentally understand what is the problem, what you're supposed to do, but emotionally you're having issues right now. And that is precisely what is the lesson you're trying to learn here with this problem situation you're facing right now. It's just essentially to reconnect to your emotions, because you're having a lot of sword energy, and that is exactly what is essentially screwing with you. Okay, let's see. Let's see the Hermit. Yeah, your consciousness is telling you to kind of go back to your happy place, kind of your private happy place, and just rest and find that confidence within you with the Queen of Wands. So you're actually very well aware what you're supposed to do, but here the overall energy was the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which is kind of like short-sightedness. So you're kind of like missing the point, while taking care of yourself and kind of self-care is good, but this goes a bit deeper, kind of like, it's like kind of dealing with some shadow work here. Let's see, what is the Eight of Swords reversed from your past? So we're having Ten of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and Two of Swords. So you understand it's a slow process to get to that, to actually get to Ten of Cups, which is genuine emotional fulfillment, that it takes fundamental shift and a lot of effort, and it's going to be slow. You kind of, you know it, but you're not doing it, which is why the Two of Swords are. They're kind of like, you know what to do, but you're not doing it because you're doubting yourself. This self-doubt, this High Priestess reversed. For you, you just kind of gotta just do it, in a sense. Let's see the High Priestess. Is anything else? Magician reverse, the Moon, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's hidden blocks. like your intuition is really, really blocked. Maybe the issue is right now you know what to do, but because your intuition is blocked, you feel lost because you always trusted your intuition to kind of guide you how to take care of yourself, how to overcome any kind of struggles. But right now, your intuition is not talking to you. So I think this is why you're kind of stuck, not doing anything. It's kind of like hidden. But this is, I think, the old story of no guidance is also guidance. But it seems like you're kind of like trying to overcome it by not acting, but you essentially have to act sooner or later, because while your advice is the Temperance, which kind of does talk about patience, but your challenge is the Eight of Wands, which is, sounds to me you're a bit stuck in extremes, where you're just checked out and not doing anything at all. But you kind of should be letting go of that. You're resisting some kind of change. You're resisting some kind of change because currently it doesn't look like you're very happy, because even for this, your overall energy is Three of Swords reversed. You're not happy now, but you're afraid if you change anything, you're gonna be just as unhappy or even worse. But that is not the case, since we're getting the Tower and the Death reverse, which means that the change is actually going to be positive. If you do enact some kind of change, is going to be positive, but you feel very kind of like hopeless right now. Let's see that. Hierophant, because Hierophant in reverse is also by personal, is about personal freedom, letting go of some kind of preconceived notions, some kind of traditions. Because Cancerians, you're very, very traditional. You kind of like to follow family traditions, and family is super important to you guys. But this one talks about the overall energy was the Hierophant reversed. Is that one of Wands? There's some kind of imbalance. There's something really, really out of balance. Some kind of something that you're really desiring, wishing for. It's kind of like you want to have your cake and eat it too. But the thing is, you can actually balance whatever it is that you're trying to balance out right now. But Temperance also talks about re-evaluation. Currently, what I can see from this as well, you're asked to persevere and reevaluate your balance in life, because that is the big issue here. You kind of know what you're supposed to do, but you're doubting yourself because you don't feel your own intuition. But the thing is, you already know, but you're stopping yourself from doing anything at all, waiting for the intuition to kind of switch on, guide you. But I think it's not going to until you take action, because the whole point of this is that sometimes you must act without any guidance. So here I would say you have to learn to go forward without your intuition leading the way. Let's see what Starseed Oracle cards might recommend you do. We're having start bathing, my body crystal grid transmission activation. Breath of the Cosmos at the bottom of the deck. my will to thy will, micromanaging. Yeah, this is. It looks like you're exactly like trying to micromanage the universe because you're not feeling your intuition. You're kind of like trying to control the environment around you, which is not really what you should be doing. Because the Hierophant universe is also kind of about letting go of control. So just kind of let go of that control because yeah, you're the whole point of this is that you don't feel any intuition, and that's made so for a reason. So you gotta just let go, let God, and take action and see where it leads you. Hope is the conjure for miracles. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. And through prayer and meditation, create a ripple effect of peace in the world. This is, yeah, you're holding on to something that's not something that you need to let go. You already know how to do it, because I'm constantly like coming back to that Eight of Swords reversed, which is which talks about upbringing and family patterns. So you kind of know what you have to do, but you're doubting yourself due to the lack of intuition response. And you as a Cancer are very, very used to just relying on your intuition, but the whole point is that you just don't. You just act without that emotional feedback. So yeah, that is your January lesson, essentially, to learn to live your life without the feedback of your intuition, because it's possible. It is possible to make all of the right choices and decisions without that instant emotional feedback of it, and that is what you're supposed to learn here. And just take it slow, because temperance is about patience and step-by-step kind of thing, taking it slow. So your advice here, how to overcome this, is just making little baby steps and slowly but surely getting yourself out of this stuckness and this fear and self-doubt, and realize that you can also make good decisions without necessarily being emotional about it.